is not the mass murderer that the state of Texas wants.
State may give opening statement.
May I please report?
May.
Good morning. I owe you an apology. Yesterday I told you that I did not quite know what was going on with the defendant. Y'all recall? Went over here and said I don't know what was going on in his life. I actually do. Because what you're going to hear is he's a drug dealer. And about a week before, he was robbed. He was robbed at a racetrack. Somebody pistol whipped him. He then gets out of his car and shoots at him about 8 times. We suspect, can't prove it, but we suspect it was his actual older brother that did it. And so he's carrying that gun for one particular reason. Protect himself because he don't get robbed again or beat. Because that's what he is a drug dealer. And you're also going to see the kind of drugs he deals. Because that's the person he is. And we actually have a video of that shooting. What you're going to see is this young man who was 18, who's 20 now, almost 20, jump out of a car and shoot at it as it leaves a parking lot in the public without a care in the world as to who he may hit. It's going to sound very familiar to you. It's going to look very familiar to you. Because as Rosanna told you yesterday, you have somebody sitting in front of you who is a cold-blooded killer with no regard to anybody's life. And we're going to ask you to punish him in court.
Okay.
May I please report?
May.
Members of the jury, my client is not some murderer. My client is not El Chapo. My client is not the mass murderer that the state of Texas wants you to believe that he is. This is about a kid that got in over his head, that was pistol whipped, that was bullied.
A symphony of tears and valor, the tale of Mansfield Timberview. Amidst the somber walls of justice, a symphony unfolded, a tale of tears and valor that stirred hearts and souls alike. The stage was set, the curtains drawn, and the protagonist of this haunting drama, Timothy Simpkins, stood at the center, his fate hanging in the balance. The echoes of that fateful day, October 6, 2021, reverberated through the halls of Mansfield Timberview High School, where innocence was shattered, and lives were forever altered. Like a crescendo of chaos, a fight erupted, cascading into a tragic dance of bullets, leaving 3 souls scarred and wounded. Witnesses, their voices trembling with the weight of their truths, stepped forward, casting light on the shadows that had darkened their lives. Mrs. Altman, a guardian of knowledge, spoke of compassion tinged with apprehension, recounting the moment when she opened her heart and classroom to a late-arriving student, little knowing the fate that awaited them. Within the storm, Coach Dean Boyd emerged as a beacon of hope, rushing to quell the tempest that raged within those walls. Yet, amid the chaos, innocence fell prey to malevolence, leaving hearts shattered and dreams broken. As the trial embraced its second day, the courtroom bore witness to a heart-wrenching video, a silent witness to the horror that unfolded before their very eyes. The symphony of violence played, leaving scars both seen and unseen upon the souls of those present. With each note of testimony, a tale of resilience emerged, students and teachers becoming the heroes of their own stories. Among them, Shania McNeely, her voice unwavering despite the trauma she endured, a testament to the strength of the human spirit. In the hallowed halls of justice, the third day dawned, and a lone student stepped forth, a witness to the cataclysmic encounter. In the crucible of the courtroom, their testimony rang true, adding yet another layer to the labyrinth of truth. In the heart of this poignant drama, a moment of uncertainty gripped the proceedings. The judge's decision to exclude the self-defense argument, a bittersweet refrain, leaving the defense bereft of their intended melody. Through tears and valor, the trial drew to its heart-wrenching conclusion, leaving the fate of Timothy Simpkins in the hands of the jury. Their solemn deliberations echoed like a mournful symphony, the weight of justice carried on their shoulders. As the final note sounded, the verdict was rendered, a chord struck, forever altering the lives of those involved. Mansfield Timberview's tale, etched in the annals of history, bore witness to the complexity of human emotions, the fragility of innocence, the courage of resilience, and the heartache of tragedy.
Get robbed again or beat.
And so, the echoes of that fateful day lingered, leaving a legacy of sorrow and strength, forever intertwined in the hearts of those who bore witness to the symphony of tears and valor.
This young man, who was 18, who's 20 now, almost 20, jump out of a car and shoot at it as it leaves a parking lot in the public without a care in the world as to who he may hit. It's going to sound very familiar to you. It's going to look very familiar to you. Because as Rosanna told you yesterday, you have somebody sitting in front of you who is a cold-blooded killer with no regard to anybody's life. And we're going to ask you to punish him accordingly.
Okay.
May I please report?
You may.
Members of the jury, my client is not some murderer. My client is not El Chapo. My client is not the mass murderer that the state of Texas want you to believe that he is. This is about a kid that got in over his head, that was pistol whipped, that was bullied, that's not a fighter, and didn't know what to do. Because see, my client right here and his family, these people have integrity. They've had integrity this entire time. This person was raised in private school. This person has support. And this person never met his father. And that is what you're going to hear today. My client's dad died when his mother was 3 months pregnant. And George Simpkins is the patriarch of this family, sitting in this courtroom. And he is no longer here. He passed away at the most formative years of Mr. Simpkins' young life. 14 years of age. He needed a father figure. He needed assistance. And as you know, gun culture in our state is a fallacy. It is a fallacy that you can carry a gun where you want, how you want. Everyone wants those rights. Until it's time to get in this courtroom. And when you're young, and when you don't have the mental capacity to make the best decision, unfortunate bad things happen. Now, we as a defense, we respect your verdict. We respect your time and the effort you have put into this case. But don't you give up on Timothy Simpkins. Think about the bigger picture, and please have an open mind, because this story was not just what you heard this week. It is much broader than that, and Timothy Simpkins deserves a second chance.
Thank you. State, you may call your first witness.
State will call Deshaun Tobias.
All right, Mr. Tobias.
In 153. Now, then I'd ask you if you recognize that, what's in there. Let me just ask you, do you recognize the items in there?
Like, do I know what it is?
Well, do you know what they are?
Yeah, I know. Yes, sir.
Okay, what is it?
Mhm.
Marijuana?
Yes, sir.
Is it?
All right. So let's make sure we turn off the phones this time. Cedric, go ahead and take up that phone. That's the third time I've had to say something. Thank you. All right, you may proceed.
What we see in both of these photographs, that's not yours.
Yes, sir.
And it's actually next to the Spare magazine, the Block 45 magazine on that dresser, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But that didn't belong to you. You certainly didn't put it there.
No, sir.
Pass it.
All right. Cross-examination.
Deshaun, you testified in the guilt innocent phase of this trial, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you testified that you were not at home that day, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You don't know who was in that house that day?
No, ma'am.
No further questions?
All right, may this witness be released. Oh, you have redirect?
No question, Judge.
I'm sorry. You have redirect.
Before you left for work today, those items weren't there, were they?
I'm not too sure.
Do you have marijuana in your house?
No, sir.
You don't? You didn't put the Spare Block magazine there.
Yes, sir.
You did not put it there.
No, I did not.
I pass it.
Recross.
Does your girlfriend smoke weed, Deshaun?
Yes, ma'am.
Does she sell marijuana?
No, sir.
Was that hers?
I don't know.
That first witness?
You may.
You think if that was in your house, you might know it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Was that in your house?
No, sir.
And what I'm pointing at is the marijuana, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Pass the witness.
Recross.
No further questions.
Okay. All right. May the witness be released.
I'd ask if you found excuse to go back to court, Judge.
No objection from defense.
All right. You may be released
Okay.
from your subpoena. Thank you, sir. All right. Please call your next witness.
Jason Ferguson.
Mr. Ferguson. You've been sworn to tell the truth in this case?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'll remind you that you're still under that oath, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. You may have a seat. Your witness.
Thank you, Judge. Officer, you were the crime scene officer that responded to the apartment at 330 Fairmont Drive, is that right?
Correct.
All right. You collected some items of evidence.
Yes.
We've already had you discuss with the jury that you collected the Glock 45 and an additional magazine, spare magazine, is that right?
Yes.
Judge, may I approach the witness?
You may.
I'm going to show you some photographs. I'm going to show you 151, 153, 154, and 152. Do you recognize these photographs?
Yes, I do.
You're the one who took them.
Correct.
And those photographs fairly and accurately depict what you saw that day.
Yes.
Judge, we're going to offer dates 151 through 154.
No objection from defense.
150 what through 154?
151 through 154.
151 through 154 admitted and may be provided to the jury. Okay.
Before I do so, I'd like to discuss what you said, Ms. Judge, with the witness.
Okay.
Officer, I'm going to show what we marked for identification purposes as stage 22. Do you recognize that item?
Yes, I do.
Is that the same item that we see in stage 151 through 154?
Yes, it is.
And you collected it,
Yes.
packaged it, secured it the same day, right? You gave it to another officer to assist you, but it was secured that same day.
Yes.
Judge, we're going to offer stage 22.
No objection from defense.
Okay. 22 is admitted.
Judge, may I proceed?
You may.
May I publish a holding?
You may.
All right. Stage 153 shows that dresser with the magazine and the marijuana.
Correct.
22 is the marijuana.
Yes.
Is there anything particular about the marijuana that stood out to you?
That it was 15 individually packaged bags.
Why does that stand out?
That's typically how it's packaged for distribution.
I'm going to say page 146 through 147. Are those photographs of a gray charger that were in the parking lot?
Yes.
Did you have an occasion to use the word search or look into that gray charger?
Yes.
Judge, we're going to offer states 146 and 147.
No objection.
146 and 147 are admitted.
When you looked in there, what did you find? Just in general.
There were some various items. There was a sweatshirt, some paperwork, and then an insurance card.
Paperwork showing, or
There were some various paperwork for Simpkins.
did you find anything related to marijuana? Do you recall? Any paraphernalia?
I do not recall that.
Okay. Do you recall if it's in your report?
May I look?
Please.
I don't have anything in my report that relates to marijuana itself.
The other alternate assistant.
The detective, we actually did the search.
Judge, I'll pass the witness.
Okay. Cross-examination.
May I first witness, please?
You may.
Mr. Ferguson, I'm showing you the same pictures that the state prosecutor showed you on direct.
Yes.
What type of personal items do you see in these photographs?
See a Rice Krispie treats, little jewel bracelet or necklace, a bottle of, I'm not sure what, it's upside down. Looks like a ring and some ties, a credit card.
Okay. When you see hair ties, are those for a woman or a man?
Could be either.
What color is that bracelet?
It's a multicolored jewel type bracelet.
Give me 3 colors that are on that bracelet.
Blue, yellow, pink.
And when in regards to those hair ties, what brand is on that?
Goody.
Whose room were these things found in?
I don't know.
Did you go to the house to process?
I did.
And when you do the processing, you mark which rooms you find certain items in, correct?
Correct.
And so how did you mark this?
That's the master bedroom.
And who is the owner of this master bedroom?
I do not know.
So you do not get that information?
No.
And when you go to people's homes to do the crime scene, are you aware of any of the investigative things going on, or do you just process what's happening?
Typically, I process what's happening.
Okay. And you process those things just to take to the lab, the property room, correct?
Correct.
You are not the investigator on any case, correct?
Correct.
The next pass the witness.
Redirect.
No question, Judge.
All right. May this witness be released?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right.
No objection from defense.
You may be released from your subpoena. Thank you, sir. All right. Please call your next witness.
State calls Jada Anderson.
All right. Senator, please raise your right hand. Have you been previously sworn in this case? Okay, all right. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give in the cause now on trial will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Okay, come up here and have a seat. Make sure when you answer questions that you wait to hear the entire question. Sometimes they keep talking, and make sure you talk all the way to the back of the courtroom so that we can hear you all the way back there, okay?
Okay.
All right, your witness.
Hi, Jada.
Hello.
Tell the members of the jury your name.
Hello, I'm Jada Anderson.
And Jada, you know why you're here today, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. You know Timothy Simpkins, right?
Yes.
Did you used to date him back in October the 6th of 2021?
Yes, I did.
You were his girlfriend?
Yes.
How long had you been his girlfriend?
I've been his girlfriend for a year and about a few months.
Okay. And about when did y'all break up?
We broke up early November.
Of 2021?
Yes.
So the following month after this shooting at Timberview?
Yes.
Okay. May I approach, Your Honor?
You may.
May I approach the witness, Judge?
Yes.
Okay, now I'm going to show you two photographs. They've been marked as State's Exhibit 157 and 158. Do you recognize these two photographs?
Yes.
Are you in fact the person who took those photographs?
Yes.
And are they photographs of Timothy Simpkins?
Yes.
We're going to offer these into evidence, Your Honor, 157 and 158, tendering to defense. No, Judge, no.
All right. What was the first couple numbers? I got 157 and 158.
Those are the two numbers.
All right. 157 and 158 are admitted.
And while you were dating him, would you sometimes take photographs?
Yes, we did.
And these two photographs that I've shown you, let's go to 157. Is the person in that photograph Timothy Simpkins?
Yes, it is.
And where is he sitting in that photograph?
In the driver's seat.
Of what kind of car?
A gray truck.
That's his car that he used to drive?
Yes.
Okay. And then 158, is that taken on the same day, same event?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and what's he doing?
Sitting in the driver's seat.
And is the door open in that particular photograph?
Yes, it is.
And what is in the pocket of the driver's door? See the red arrow pointing to it?
I can't make that out.
You don't know what that is?
No, I don't.
Jada, we've discussed that before, correct? Right?
And I can't tell what that is.
You and I have talked about this several times. Is that correct? Jada, let me ask you something. Are you worried about testifying here today?
No, I'm not.
All right. I have asked you what's in the pocket of this before. I asked you yesterday. And isn't it true that you told me that was a gun? You told me that, correct? Jada, did you tell me this was a gun?
Ms. Anderson, I'll remind you that you've been sworn to tell the truth.
And I put them. I don't know if that's a gun. I told you that in the pocket of the car, that there has been a gun, but I don't know if I really so I can't tell.
All right. So let me ask it a different way. You have seen a gun on prior occasions in the pocket where this item is located that you say you don't know what it is. Is that right? Is that what you're telling me today?
Here.
Okay. Correct me if I'm saying it wrong. Did you just say that while you don't know what that item is that this red arrow is pointing to, that what you told me that on prior occasions, that's where he carried the gun? That you had seen the gun there before?
On prior occasions, I told you that I've never seen a gun in that pocket, and that was the first day I seen it.
That was the first day you've seen it? Okay, all right. Okay. So that's a gun?
And that's what it said.
No, I don't. I'm not going to testify for you, Jada. You have to be the one that says it.
I need you to speak up, ma'am.
I'm not understanding what I'm supposed to be saying. Sorry, can I repeat
What you're supposed to be telling the truth is what you're supposed to be doing, so please answer the questions as they're asked.
I know.
Okay. What kind of hand signs is he throwing up that you're taking a photo of?
That's the middle finger.
Just the middle finger?
Yes.
What's he doing with the other hand?
Another middle finger across the side.
Okay. May I publish both of these two?
You may.
I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to answer me. Is it true, or is it not true, that yesterday you told me that you had taken that photograph and that at first you had not noticed it was a gun until later? Is that true?
That is true.
Okay. Approximately when was that photograph taken?
That was taken, I would say either, I think, June of 2021.
Okay. Now, you used to talk to Timothy a lot, and y'all would chat even in the evenings, right?
Yes.
Okay. And was there a time in September of 2021 where you had a conversation with him, and he told you he had been robbed?
Let's hear the entirety of the question.
In September of 2021, did you have a conversation with Timothy Simpkins about something that had happened at the racetrack?
Yes.
Okay. What did he tell you happened at the racetrack, convenience store?
So he told me that he had been robbed and pistol whipped.
Okay.
And then he showed me his head and he was bleeding.
Okay. You told me, well, did he have a cut on his head?
He had locks. I couldn't see him cut, but he was bleeding.
Okay.
I saw blood.
But was it on his face or head?
It was like right.
Upper head?
I don't remember where
Okay.
it was. I just.
All right. Did he go further and tell you that he had been robbed of his money and drugs?
No.
Did he go further and tell you that he had shot at them?
No, ma'am.
Now, after, well, let me go back to Timberview in October. You were a student there at that time, correct?
Yes, I was.
But you were not in his classroom the day of the shooting?
I was next door.
Correct. You did not see any of it, is that correct?
No, ma'am.
All right. However, after the shooting, you remained his girlfriend for about a month, right?
Yes, ma'am.
There was some concern, was there some concern from Timothy about you remaining his girlfriend?
I don't understand what you're
Okay.
asking.
When you broke up, was it your idea, his idea, or mutual agreement?
It was mutual agreement.
And, going back to the conversation we had yesterday, was there some worry? Was he worried about you being his girlfriend?
Was there some worry about you being his girlfriend? It's overruled.
Yes or no?
From him or?
Just tell me.
Let me do it this way. Why don't you rephrase your question?
Okay. What was the reason that y'all broke up?
One of the reasons why was because he was texting females, and there was just a lot of rumors around the school that I had something to do with the shooting. So everybody didn't know who to trust, so they kind of put me as an outcast.
Okay, so you were being treated as an outcast because you were his girlfriend?
Yes.
Okay. And he was getting a lot of text messages from girls? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay. And
Yes, ma'am.
is it true?
Hold on just a second. Take your time. Just take a second. Give her just a second, please. You okay? You okay? Okay. All right. You may proceed.
Jada, let me ask you this. You've been up here all week, right? With your mom?
Yes, I have.
And you haven't been eating, right? Or sleeping?
I have. I've been eating and sleeping.
Okay. Just want to make sure you're okay today.
I'm okay.
I'm going to go back to November when y'all broke up.
Mm-hmm.
And even though, Jada, some things are hard to say, you have to answer the question and tell the truth, okay? Okay?
Okay.
Now, on Timothy's part, why did y'all break up?
Timothy was texting other girls.
And the other thing that you talked to me about why you did not need to be in his life anymore, what was it that reason? Jacob?
That I felt like I was being put as an outcast with the whole situation.
What did you tell me about the FBI?
I didn't tell you anything about the FBI.
All right, Jacob, let me ask you this. Yesterday, did you tell me that Timothy told you that it would be better if he did not have anything to do with you because you were talking to the authorities, maybe the FBI?
I did not say that. I said that Timothy told me that I should not talk to him anymore because he doesn't know what my involvement was at one point. Then we cleared that situation up, and the last reason why we broke up was because he started talking to other girls.
Okay, all right. Okay. So, after this shooting, and it's a month later, you say he's talking to a lot of girls. He became very popular, is that right?
Yes.
And he became very popular because of the shooting.
Yes.
And that bothered you.
Yes, it did.
You know somebody named Elijah Price?
Yes, I do.
Is that his best friend? Timothy's best friend, or
Yes.
one of them?
Yes.
Okay. Did he talk to you about Elijah Price?
Did Timothy talk to me?
Yeah. Did Timothy talk to you about Elijah Price, his friend?
I'm not sure how to answer that question. Like, are you asking, have we had a conversation about Elijah, period? No, we were all friends. There was no need to have a conversation.
Okay, keep your voice up.
We were all friends. There was no need to have a conversation about Elijah.
Okay. And was Elijah Price also a student at Timothy?
Yes, he was.
Was Timothy upset with you for talking to Isaiah, Zach's brother?
Yes.
So you were friends with him also?
Before the shooting, yes.
Just wait 1 second, please.
You may. You can make. You need anything else?
Peter, were you at school on the day that Isaiah Selby, Zach's brother, got beat up by Elijah Price?
Yes, I was.
And are you also aware that the reason that Isaiah got beat up by Elijah Price was because what had happened to Timothy at the racetrack?
Yes.
As a witness.
Cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
My name is Miss Clayton. You and I have never met before, correct? I want to take you back. You said that you started dating Tim probably 2020, maybe 2019?
Yes.
Okay. Can you describe y'all's relationship? Well, look, I'll ask you more specific. Did you know Tim to be a violent person,
No.
an aggressive person,
No.
a fighter?
Not at all.
These incidents that you've just been asked about today all happened within about 2 weeks of each other, is that right?
Yes.
Is that the first time in over a year of knowing Tim to have seen any behavior like that?
Yes.
You were asked about the car that are in those pictures. Have you seen other people driving that car as well?
No.
He's putting up 2 middle fingers in that picture, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that a common thing for young people to
Yes,
do when
ma'am.
taking pictures?
No, you're doing great. Just make sure that she finishes talking before you begin, okay? You're doing great. Keep it up. All right. Ask your question again, please.
Okay. Is that a common thing for young people to do when taking pictures?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you taken pictures with a middle finger up?
Yes, ma'am.
You were getting pretty emotional up there. Why?
I never really got the chance to talk about anything with the situation. Sorry. I was always in fear that I would affect his image negatively afterwards, so I was just very to myself, and this is the first time I'm talking about it in this courtroom.
When this all happened, did it become a lot and weigh on you all's relationship?
Yes, it did.
But Tim didn't treat you like an outcast, did he?
I would say once rumors started getting out that I probably had something to do with it. It was a little break in our relationship, but no.
You're not scared of Tim, are you?
No.
Do you believe Tim? You talked about the pistol whipping, and you saw the injuries to his head. May I approach the witness, Your Honor?
You may.
I'm showing you what's been marked as Defense Exhibit 5. Do you recognize what you're looking at here?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and does what you see in this picture accurately reflect what you saw on Tim's head after the pistol whipping?
Yes, it does.
Does it look to be distorted or changed in any way?
No, it doesn't.
Defense seek to admit it. Defense fine.
Any objections to defense 5?
No objection.
Defense 5 is admitted.
Permission to publish by passing? Or
Yes.
Just holding, rather.
Yes, ma'am.
What is being depicted in this picture?
The injuries after the
What is the pistol whipping?
hitting me in the head with a gun.
Do you know who pistol whipped him?
No.
Was it, did it have any?
Objection, she said she does not know who pistol whipped.
I'll let you ask the question before the objection. What was your next question?
Though you don't know who actually pistol whipped him, did it have anything to do with Isaiah Selby?
Yes, it did.
Okay. You said you were friends with Isaiah Selby. Was it up until this racetrack situation? Or was it within those 2 weeks of all this stuff happening?
It was about within 2 weeks.
Okay. Were you friends with him on Instagram
Yes, and Snapchat.
and on Snapchat? What's Instagram?
A social media platform.
And what type of things, what do you do on Instagram? What type of things are you able to do on Instagram?
On Instagram, you can post a story, go live, post, comment on posts.
Okay. And if you are friends with someone, I'm sorry, let me back up. Is Snapchat similar to what you can do on Instagram? You can also do on Snapchat?
Same thing, but you can't upload a post. It only stays up for 24 hours, and you can't comment on it.
Okay. If you are friends with someone on either of these platforms, are you able to see what they're posting?
Yes.
Okay. And how do you know, like if you are my friend and Lisa's friend and Tim's friend, how do you know if the post that you're looking at is mine?
Your username and probably your profile picture.
Okay. And so you know your friends on the social media platforms by their usernames on that particular platform?
Yes.
Can I approach you, Liz?
You may.
I'm showing you what's been marked as Defense Exhibit 6. Do you recognize what this is?
Yes, I do.
Okay. At around the time that you saw this, were you aware of who might have made that post?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Does this reflect, accurately reflect what you saw at the time, the first time you saw the post?
No.
Okay.
Because it was supposed to be.
No, I can't hear.
Yep. I'm sorry, Ms. Anderson, please speak up, okay? I know you're talking to her, but we need to hear you back there so everyone can hear you, okay? Thank you.
No, because this isn't the person I saw posted. I saw her reposted off of Isaiah's page.
Okay. So what you're looking at, are you saying that's a repost?
Yes, it's a different account.
Okay. And what's a repost?
It's when you take somebody else's post and upload it on your own story.
Okay. And so this repost is, did you see the original post on Isaiah's page?
Yes, I did.
And do you see that original post being depicted here?
Yes, I did.
And does that original post accurately reflect what you saw when on Isaiah's page?
Yes.
Does it look to be changed or altered in any way?
No, it does not.
Do you recognize the individuals that are in that post?
Yes, I do.
Who do you recognize them as?
Isaiah Shelley and I think his name is Anthony. Anthony, they nicknamed Ant.
Okay. And when this was, did you take this post to be in relation to what happened at Racetrack?
Yes, I did.
What about it made you believe that this had something to do with Racetrack? Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, you can see it.
It says,
Judge, we're going to check
Yep.
identifying or talk about an exhibit that's not been admitted for the jury yet.
So,
Judge, I believe in accordance with your previous rulings and orders, we request a hearing outside the jury present.
Let me see it real quick. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take up a matter outside your presence briefly. So I'd ask you to retire to the jury room in the meantime.
All rise.